It was the dry season of 2017 in the Serengeti, Tanzania, when Sarah Anderson first stepped onto the ochre earth that stretched endlessly beneath the African sky. The golden grass swayed in the late afternoon wind, and somewhere beyond the horizon, the low roar of a distant storm rolled across the plain. For Sarah, a British wildlife conservationist who had spent years working in various parts of Africa, this was not just another assignment. It was a mission born of conviction. Her work involved tracking endangered species, documenting their movements, and, whenever possible, protecting them from the snares and traps left by poachers. On a blisteringly hot afternoon in September, Sarah came across a sight that would change her life. Lying motionless beneath a thorn bush was a cheetah cub, its slender leg caught tightly in the cruel steel of an illegal snare. The animal's breaths came shallow and fast, eyes wide with terror. Sarah knelt slowly, speaking in a low, steady voice as she worked the mechanism open. It took nearly 20 minutes to free the cub, and when it finally limped away, it turned its head once, as if to mark her face in its memory. Months passed. The rains came and went, the Serengeti's colors shifting from gold to green and back again. Then, one early morning in 2018, Sarah, out on a tracking mission, spotted a lithe adult cheetah moving gracefully through the tall grass. It paused, its amber eyes fixed on her, and Sarah felt the strange, electric recognition. It was the same cub she had freed. The cheetah did not flee. Instead, it stood watching for a moment before melting back into the wild. 2 years later, in March 2020, Sarah found herself driving through a remote part of the reserve as dark clouds gathered overhead. The air smelled of rain and ozone. As the first drops began to fall, she noticed a disturbance near a shallow, cracked waterhole. There, half submerged in mud, was a leopard, its body heaving with exhaustion, its spotted coat dull with dust. The animal snarled as she approached, a low, guttural sound vibrating in the storm-charged air. But Sarah stayed, speaking softly, her movements deliberate and unthreatening. With a rope and careful maneuvering, she managed to free the leopard. For a long moment, it stood still, water dripping from its whiskers, its golden eyes locked with hers. It was a look neither of submission nor fear, but of something quieter, deeper, an acknowledgement. In the years that followed, Sarah's presence in the Serengeti became a familiar constant. Rangers began to notice something unusual. On her patrols, she was often shadowed at a distance by both a cheetah and a leopard. They never approached too close, never behaved like pets, but neither did they vanish into the tall grass at her arrival. They are not tame, Sarah explained in a 2023 documentary filmed under the acacia trees at dusk. They are wild and always will be, but perhaps they understand that not all humans mean harm. Her story spread far beyond the Serengeti. Viewers around the world watched the footage of Sarah walking through the amber light of late afternoon, two ghostly silhouettes pacing her from afar. Conservation groups hailed her work as proof that trust between humans and predators could exist without cages or collars. For Sarah, however, the meaning was simpler. In the end, she said quietly, it's about compassion. It's about showing respect to the wild. And sometimes, the wild respects you back.